You're listening to a Canadian Movie Crew production.
Birdemic, Shock and Terror is the story of global warming forcing birds to take on mankind. Or is it?
In this world, the story a movie gives you is the whole story. Or is it? It's the Or Is It Movie Podcast. And now, your hosts, Derek and me, Mark.
Welcome back to the Or Is It Movie Podcast, where we try to find the real story behind the story. I'm Derek. Mark? Mark, are you there? Hang on, I'm getting a call.
Derek? Derek? I don't think I'm going to make it for the podcast, man. I got the Shikutami Northern flu. You're going to need some help. Someone from outside the country who won't get what I have. That's right. I've got to send up the Scott signal. Here it goes.
I got the message. I'm here. I got it. I got the bad movie message.
Okay, good. I'm glad we had you on standby, Scott. Thank you for coming in. Mark has been very, very sick for the last few weeks, so we needed to get something out. We needed to get something out to our listeners. Thank you for coming back on. Ladies and gentlemen,
I'm always on call. I'm on call 24/7, 365.
And because you're always the one that helps us get through the real shit, I chose this one for us. 2010's Birdemic, Shock and Terror. This one is infamous.
This is up there. This is on like the Mount Rushmore of bad movies. It's like Troll 2, The Room, Samurai Cop, Birdemic. It's up there.
This one is unique because it's quite possibly the worst movie of every genre. It's the worst horror movie. It's the worst dramatic movie. It's the worst rom-com. It's the worst sci-fi.
I'm going to go as far to say this is not a bad movie. This is an inept movie. I have never seen so many technical errors in a movie not done by a 12-year-old. This movie looks like it was something done by children.
Yeah, this was a class project.
High school project. Or a middle school, not even high school, a middle school project. It is that bad technically. On top of everything else that you just said.
And including most of the actors.
Let's use air quotes for those actors.
One particular one that I'm going to point out.
Let's get to it. Tippi Hedren.
We'll get to that. And I'm only welcoming these people to the show just in case in the future we decide to do the two sequels to this movie.
There's two sequels.
The second one I've seen, the third one I have not. The third one appears to be an ocean movie, like one that takes place in the ocean.
It's exactly the same as this movie. This guy, and what's the director's name?
James Nguyen.
He has made the same movie 3 times.
Thing is, though, and if you can go back and you can listen to some of his interviews from when he first releases this movie, he has since said that he was making this on purpose. He meant for it to be funny. And that's a bold-faced lie. Because if you listen to some of the interviews and read some of the stuff that he released with it, he's very much, no, this is real. This is my homage to the birds and
global warming.
And An Inconvenient Truth.
Yeah.
By Al Gore. So, just in case, Alan Baugh, Whitney Moore, Janae Castor, Colton Osborne, Patsy Van Ettinger, and Stephen Gustavon is the ones I'm laying out on this one. That's the main character, the girlfriend, two other main characters, the girlfriend's mother, and the tree hugger.
Well, to go back to what
to
you
him.
just said, God damn, the guy who did The Room,
Tommy Wiseau.
Tommy Wiseau, he did the same thing.
Yeah.
Once The Room got panned, he goes, "Oh, it was supposed to be this dark comedy." So what these directors are, they're trying to rewrite history, saying that they meant to, and these were supposed to be dramatic, taken seriously movies that were just panned and laughed at. So now they're trying to save face by going back and claiming that that's not what it was in the first place.
Yeah. Yeah, this is all written and directed by the same person.
Produced, I believe, too.
Produced, too, yes. 4 years in the making. But we'll get to all the production stuff later. Scott, you told me before we started that you'd seen clips of the show. You knew this movie, but you'd never watched it front to back.
That is correct. This is the first time I watched it from start to finish.
That's what made me so happy, because whenever someone sees this movie for the first time, it's always the best because of the reaction. And I would love to know your immediate reaction after this movie finished.
Okay. What
was that?
I couldn't, of all the clips that I saw, they paled in comparison to the ineptness of the clips that I've never seen.
Yeah.
I knew this movie was bad. I just didn't know how bad it was on a scale of epic proportion.
Yeah.
I was, and the thing is, it's got its moments, but it's not like hilariously over the top bad like Troll 2, where it's just.
It's got its moments. I'd love to know those ones.
It's walking and driving. That's what this movie is. Walking and driving. One of the cornerstones of a bad movie is driving scenes to pad out the runtime. Where you see a person get in their car, leave their house, get in their car, drive to work, get out of their car, walk into the building. That's just all shit we don't need. Like if he showed up at work, we'd be totally confused. How did he get there? So yes, I was just flabbergasted at how inept this movie was.
I watched this movie last night, and I've seen this movie a couple of times back when it first came out. I haven't watched it since because you don't ever need to. But I was still surprised at just how bad it was made. Scenes are not cut properly. You'll get to the end of the scene where people are talking and they just stare at each other.
Yes.
Because they hasn't cut properly. The sound is all natural. It's all just from the mic on the camera, I think. I can assume.
This might be the worst sound I've ever heard in a movie.
Yeah.
Because there's times when there is no sound.
No.
None. And you think that there's something wrong with your speakers or your headphones, but it's nothing. There's absolutely zero sound. And then it comes in like gangbusters.
Loud. Yeah.
Because I had television set at a certain volume, but then there would be scenes where the volume, I had to turn the TV down because it was recorded at a much higher volume.
Yeah. That's the one thing this director didn't know is equalization of volume. And us as podcasters, we know about that because you don't want one person to be higher than the other, so you kind of do your best to measure it out.
Right.
This guy doesn't have, and there are programs that will do it for you. But this guy has no idea how to do it. Let's get into this because you talked about driving scenes. This movie opens up with him driving to, I think, work he's driving to? No, so he's driving to the diner.
He's driving to the diner.
In real time.
And the credits are off center.
Yeah.
They're not lined up correct. They're not even lined up correctly. They're off center. How do you do that?
I don't know. See, I want to let you kind of just go. I want to see how you took in this movie. I'll jump in wherever I can, but...
So, the movie starts with a ton of driving.
What's this guy's name anyway? Rod.
And he gets to this diner, and
do you like
immediately
the Bavarian waitress?
He walks in, the sound cuts.
Yeah.
She says hello. The sound cuts. He says hello. Sound cuts. And then she shows him to... That's the first scene of the movie.
Yep. And her hello is like, hello!
Yes!
The sound is all off.
The sound is off. The dubbing, worst
oh, God.
Looping or dubbing
I've
ever seen. I mean, this is worse. This movie is worse than dubbing a foreign movie where their lips don't match.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Power Rangers does a better job at this.
Yeah.
Like,
well, he sees this blonde eating in the diner.
Who is probably the best actor in the movie.
Yeah, I'll say that.
Aside from maybe her mother. I think the mother does really well, too. But she's not given as much.
No, there's just baffling scenes in this movie. Well, he just stares at her. So
creepily, very creepily.
The lead actor, Rod, is he's a terrible actor, but I don't like calling him an actor because he's obviously not an actor. No, in this movie, he's barely human. Right. You're right.
Like, he's not even, like, if he was an android, I'd believe it.
So he tracks, she leaves, he runs her down. Oh, I thought we knew each other. And there's no names. They talk to each other for a couple minutes, and they don't even say, they barely know each other. But they never say, I'm so-and-so. Well, hello, I'm so-and-so. So you don't even know these main characters' names.
Oh, I'm loving this.
Well, he knows her name, I should say. He remembers her from high school.
Yeah, she has no clue.
And she has no clue. Her name is Natalie. But he doesn't introduce himself. And she doesn't ask his name. So at this point, we still don't know the main character's name.
Yeah.
So he goes home, and this movie is riddled with TV anchor news footage.
Before we get there, she says she's not from here, but her mom lives in this town, Great Moon Bay, or whatever the hell it is.
And he's not from there either.
So my question is, what are they doing there?
But they knew each other from high school,
from here.
No, from somewhere else.
Okay.
So
I thought the high school was here.
I don't know. It was. it's just so confusing.
Yeah.
And then we could have cut him in his house. And we get this news footage about how birds are dying all over the planet. And that's going to be a running theme in this movie.
Yeah.
And I don't like calling this a movie, but.
Yeah. And did you notice the news anchor was, there was so much head space above the news anchor on the TV?
Yeah.
Just, she's, like, her head is below the halfway mark of the screen.
And usually when a news person is talking about the dead birds, there'll be like a green screen behind them showing them the scene. No, it's just this blank. It's either I can't remember. It's either a blank screen or it has the station's logo on it.
Yeah, it's got like a station background.
Yeah. So he gets in his car and he drives to work.
Again, in almost real time.
And we actually see him stop and get gas.
And we hold on the gas prices.
Right.
Because you got to hammer that home.
And I mean, I know why he did it. Because, I mean, his whole ham-fisted is not... It's like he just pounds this in our head about... There's nothing subtle about this movie at all. And so he gets to work. And
I love this scene.
And we see him on a business call, and he's like, "What can I do to get your business?" And he goes, "Okay, I'll give you a 50% I'll give you that and a 50% discount.
Yeah.
Do we have a sale?" "Yes." So can I place your order? And he's like, "Yes." And he talks to a colleague, and he goes, "I just made $1 million sale," which means he gave this guy $1 million discount. Because he took 50% off.
Yeah. And he gets to keep his job.
Yeah.
If I was his boss, I would have fucking fired him on this. Who gives a discount of 50%?
Whatever it is. We don't even know what it is, though. But whatever it was originally $2 million. And he's like, "For you, $1 million.
He's a software salesman. Because as he explains earlier on, he spent so much time becoming a software developer, but it wasn't what fit his personality. And I was like, dude, selling rocks doesn't fit your personality. Like, you have no personality.
Then we cut to Natalie, who's a model.
Yeah.
And so we get the front of this building, which is this 1 hour photo. But it's next to a convenience store that has bars on the window. So, and she's in there she's doing a photo shoot. Because she's a model.
Which is just really someone just taking her picture in different outfits. She's not really doing a photo shoot, I don't think.
No. And here's something. So she gets done. And her phone rings, but her ringtone is a bicycle bell. Bling, 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 bling. I'm like, what the hell? And I'm like, oh my God, that's her ringtone.
Yeah.
That's what he chose to have a ringtone.
Yeah. Because it's very clearly ADR'd, so you know it was a post-production decision that got made.
To make it a 5-year-old's bicycle bell from the 70s.
I wonder if that decision was forced on him, but at the same time, it was a decision.
Well, guess what? Natalie is the new cover girl for Victoria's Secrets.
You know she's going to end up on a casting couch somewhere because of this, right?
Oh,
you know that can't be real. Look at that modeling agency. Yes. That was a real modeling agency, not just a wall, a desk, and a piece of paper as a sign set up in a basement somewhere.
Then Rod calls Natalie. He goes into his car. He calls her.
Yeah.
And they're having this riveting conversation. Well, I made a big sale today. Well, I got, I'm the new Victoria's Secrets spokeswoman. Whatever.
I love it, too, because he says, "I closed a big sale. I haven't told you what I do." He could have just foreclosed on a family-run, beloved community small business and sold it to Walmart, for all she knows. She doesn't know what he does yet. They cover that later on the date. But he's like, "I made a big sale."
This is where we finally learn his name, because when he calls her, she's like, "Who is this?" And he's like, "Oh, it's me, Rod." So we finally get his name.
Yeah.
And they set up a dinner date for later. I don't know if it's late. It's later that day or later that week. It's not really.
Yeah. Is this where
Then we cut to Then we cut to Rod and his friend playing basketball, and it is so hot. What's with this weather? Oh my god!
It's like the globe is warming. Oh.
And obviously these two have never played basketball before.
No, clearly not.
Because
they've only ever seen it played an NBA jam. They've never even seen the NBA. Like that's
no. And then they talk. He talks about, oh, I met this woman. Oh, are you gonna bang her? Is it
complete with arm
you?
motions too. Yeah.
Yeah.
A day without sex is a day not worth living, or whatever.
Which is, okay, so that is, are you familiar with Bob Crane, Hogan's Heroes, that whole thing?
Never watched it, but I know of it.
Okay, so Bob Crane, he was the star of Hogan's Heroes, and he was murdered. He was murdered. His murder was never solved.
Okay.
But the thing was, he was a sex addict. So he was sleeping with everybody. And they did a movie about him starring Greg Kinnear and William Dafoe. But one of the lines that Bob Crane always used to say was, a day without sex is a day wasted.
Okay.
So that is, so I know he didn't, I'm pretty sure he didn't know about it, but it was like, that is like,
oh,
I've heard that before. So
I'm sure he did. I'm sure that was an homage to
maybe it
Bob
was.
Crane. I wouldn't put it past him.
Well, yes, because of Tippi Hedren. So, and like you said, we'll get to that. We're watching the news again. More dead birds, more fires because of global warming.
Yeah, polar bears or something are going.
The polar bears, that's right. Ice is melting. The polar bears have to keep going farther north.
Right.
But they're also going to have the first green racing competition where all the cars are hybrids, and they're going to be driven by Hollywood celebrities.
Yeah. Yeah. That sounds like a reality show to me. That sounds like, what was that, Celebrity Boot Camp?
Oh, yeah.
That sounds, that kind of thing, Celebrity Race, Danny Bonaducci is in it.
And then the solar panel guy shows up.
Yes.
And he's like, hi, I'm so-and-so. And Rod he's shocked that this guy showed up, yet he had an appointment.
He had an appointment. Yeah. Yeah, and then it goes through the whole thing, and we get the whole pitch of, it's going to save you this amount. We'll put it here. We'll put it there. Let's go outside. I'll show you. He's like, okay, sounds good. Let's see, $20,000. Can you do any better on the price? Because in this world, before you make a sale, you have to offer a discount. Now, he gets 1,000 off, but he doesn't get 50%.
And he's like, okay, let's do it.
So he gets 10%, but not 50.
And then we cut to the restaurant where he's meeting
Natalie.
What's her name? Natalie. And then we just have, first of all, I'm guessing that his friend owned that restaurant, because we get tons and tons of footage of this restaurant.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We're not just doing establishing shots. We're doing full-on vacation photos here.
And then we get this 5-minute conversation, which is just inane and boring. And,
this is where
what do you do?
This is where she...
this is an actual small talk.
Yeah.
What that would actually happen on a date that nobody's interested in except for the two people involved.
Yeah. This is where she introduces her cat, right? She teases Alex, a cat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which we never see. You figure all that build up to the cat, something's going to happen.
Yeah.
Nope.
There's no foreshadowing in this movie at all.
No.
At all.
There's nothing clever in this movie at all.
No. This is what I wrote down. The first thing I wrote down the line that I saw Rod saying, "Am human. Am not robot. Am falling in what you would call love. Am not planning to enslave planet." That's
Here's
just
what I have.
Go ahead.
He says sales fit his personality. And I'm like, what?
Yeah. No.
Oh. So then they go on a walk and we get these
Because you
CGI birds.
Yeah, you want to go out in public with this guy. Yeah. But yeah,
she's fallen for him big time.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we get the CGI birds hovering at a tree like birds do.
Like birds do. Birds are known to fly in one place.
Flap in place.
For moments at a time. Yeah. That's how birds work.
And these are parrots, by the way. These are not hummingbirds. These are parrots. Like they're green with yellow heads and they're flapping.
Well, they're supposed to be eagles, I think.
No, just around the tree. I thought they were just like normal, everyday city birds.
Oh, whatever. So what happens is he meets her at the restaurant, but then they go driving around and he walks her home.
Yeah.
Well, but didn't she drive to where's her car?
I don't know.
Didn't she drive to the restaurant?
We didn't.
She has a car.
We see her walk up, but we don't see her drive. So
no, but we.
It's far enough. Yeah, it's far enough to drive back. So you assume that she would have to have driven,
unless she took a taxi. But I don't see that because she has her own car.
Yeah, and when they drop her off, he's like, "Can I come in?" Yeah, she starts off with like saying, it's like most guys just want me for my looks and want me for sex. And he's like, "Oh, that's unfortunate. That's really sad." Then he drops her off and goes, "Can I come in?" It's like, no.
Oh, no.
No, creepazoid. No.
Well, then the next morning, she goes and sees her mom.
Yes.
And tells her about Rod. What's that smile on your face? I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And once again, this is just, it's just a long, boring conversation with her mother.
Yeah.
About if modeling doesn't work out, you should get your real estate license.
Which doesn't come back at all.
No. She just got a job, she's just become the Victoria's Secret's cover model. So.
I don't think she needs fucking real estate at this point.
Apparently they don't need her right away either, because...
Yeah. Well, considering what ends up happening, I think everything gets pushed back.
Well, then we get a scene where these two people are in a hotel room, and
this is their friend.
This is their friend. So just by coincidence,
yes,
her best friend is dating his best friend.
Yes.
Just by coincidence.
Yep.
And there's these signs and t-shirts that say Imagine Peace.
ImaginePeace.com.
What is that?
It's a website set up by Yoko Ono.
Okay.
Right? Imagine Peace, right?
Imagine, okay.
Why? I don't know. It doesn't factor into this environment-friendly movie at all. Or story. Again, we shouldn't be calling it a movie.
Well, Natalie wants to set up a double date with her and Rod and her best friend and her boyfriend.
And she stops sex in order to take the call.
Well, yeah. And
I was like, what are you doing? Your day's going to be wasted.
Yes. So then we cut to a boardroom
where
Rod's company has been bought for $1 billion.
Again, a very even $1 billion.
$1 billion.
Everything sells in this movie for an even amount. He sells it for $1 million.
So,
they get sold for $1 billion.
All the employees have stock in the company, so all the employees are millionaires.
Yeah.
And we get the guy who announces says, "Oh, we sold for $1 billion," and there's clapping, and then it
slows down.
He shows these people clapping, and then he shows these people clapping. I can't explain it, but it's the worst editing.
I'll play the clip here.
Ladies and gentlemen, please help me give a warm welcome to our CEO, Bill Stone.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have some great news. Our board of directors has agreed to the acquisition of NCT Software by Oracle Corporation for $1 billion. You guys have worked hard, and you've all earned your stock option. Congratulations! So I guess the meeting's adjourned.
And I love the boss too. The boss comes out and he starts pointing at everybody with two fingers. He's like, you and you and you and you.
I think that's an Oprah thing. Yeah.
I wrote down at this point, I'm surprised the goofs section of IMDb isn't just the line, "Have you seen it?" Because the entire movie is goofs.
The goofs at IMDb, it's just too much too. Then they go to they all four double date, and they go to a movie, and they see
An Inconvenient
Truth by Al Gore. And that one guy is like, "Wow, I've never seen it." And that's a terrible double date movie.
Yeah.
An Inconvenience, that's a terrible. You want to see a rom-com or a comedy? I mean, that is an awful double date movie.
Really, any other type of movies, horror movies are better double date movies than that.
Yeah. Because at this point, I mean, granted, they all sort of know each other, but when you start dating somebody, you don't really know unless they state it outright, you don't know their political affiliations, how they feel about this. That's something you want to ease into. You don't, first date, you're not going to see An Inconvenient Truth. So
it's like taking your first date to a Trump rally.
Yeah.
Without asking, just, hey, I just want to stop off at this one place.
This is the Hood Rat Recap.
We got a great show for you.
A podcast about the best bar band in the land, man. The Hold Steady of the band that you love, we love.
We do this because we love it, but we also love that you love it. And if it wasn't for you, we wouldn't be here.
I could talk Hold Steady all night.
This is going to be a lot of fun.
The Hood Rat Pack has assembled.
Kevin is whatever. Kevin, how you doing today?
Stage right, Mike on the mic, and Hark. That majestic noise can only be the Unified Scene's very own King of Queens, Gasper.
Gasper, why don't you tell them where they can find us on social media?
Best place to find us for our social media or pretty much anything Hood Rat Recap Podcast is our link tree, which is linktr.ee/the Hood Rat Recap.
We're your steady stream of the Unified Scene, of the news and reviews.
I'm Gasper. That's Mike. That's Kevin. And us guys and all you guys and gals. We are all the Hood Rat Recap.
Well, then
Oh, but his friend has been convinced not to buy the Ferrari, but to buy a hybrid instead.
Because chicks love the fast cars. Vroom, 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 vroom. And here's the deal. You've already got a horny girlfriend.
Yeah.
Because they have to leave, because they have to get back to work, and they're like, what? And they're like basically saying,
sensual
we gotta go
work.
fuck.
And this is where he opens up, he creates a business.
He creates a business.
A green business of some, for
startup
solar
business.
panels, I think.
Yes.
And immediately sells it for $10 million.
So then we get this other 5-minute scene of him just telling us it's an actual sales pitch. This is something you would see when it's an actual sales pitch for solar panels, which is fine if you're buying solar panels, which sucks if you're watching a movie to be entertained.
Oh, I love this. Oh, I love this so much. Greatest podcast ever.
And he's like, he wants $10 million. And I'm surprised the guy didn't go, I'll give you 9. But
I'll give you $1 million off.
So he gets funding for his startup solar panel business.
Yeah. And then it's off to the Arts and Pumpkin Festival.
Oh, and this is it's just them walking. It's just filler. It's just them literally walking, going from booth to booth, looking at, obviously that was there. I'm guessing that was there when he was filming. So he thought this would give me production value because he didn't have to hire anybody to set up a street fair. But it's just them walking through, just looking, not buying anything.
It is literally like the world's first vlog. If you've ever seen a vlog on YouTube, it is exactly that. There's no talking. They just point the camera at different things. They stand there for like 2 minutes and watch somebody carve a giant pumpkin. But we don't see the final result, so who cares?
And then they go from walking to driving. And they drive to the beach. Now they're walking on the beach talking. And as you said before, they're using the microphone from the camera. So all you can hear is...
Yeah.
Because they're at the beach.
Yeah.
So you just hear the wind just whipping around them.
Yeah, you hear the surf. And it's not a sunny day, so...
No. The lighting, there's like, you'll see a single scene and there'll be like 3 different lighting patterns. I'm not sure I'm using this.
Lighting levels, yeah.
Vernacular. Yes. But one is really bright and one is really dark. And then one's like in the middle. And it's all one scene. Yeah. It's all the same shot.
Yep. And this is where we go to visit her mom too, then, isn't it?
This is where we go and visit her mom. And this is where I said before, we get an establishing shot of mom's house and there's no sound. Nothing. Yeah. No ambient sound. No background sound. It's just dead silent. So I'm like, and it's an establishing shot. So I thought, did something go wrong? But no, but then he goes inside. And we get small talk with the mom.
Yeah.
About retirement, about how she's enjoying retirement.
Oh, I used to work so hard, but now I like retirement. I sometimes miss going into the store. Because she was a jeweler. She made jewelry.
For 30 years. A jeweler for 30 years.
Yeah. And she says something weird. She says, I love to watch my daughter in her modeling career. Which is... I know what she means, but that's the wrong way to say it.
It is the wrong way to say it. And she's also... She really hasn't been supportive because she keeps pestering her to have a backup plan.
To go into real estate.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I never even thought about that.
Well, then they go to another restaurant.
Oh, this is they go to the club.
A club, restaurant, whatever it is. It's empty. They're the only ones in there. So obviously this was filmed after the place was closed.
Yeah.
And we get this scene where there's a singer and they dance for like 5 minutes to this song. And once again, they're the only ones in there. And then finally, at the end of the song, we do see another couple. We see the back of a woman's head. So obviously, at one point, he realized we need to get it look like there are other people in here. But it's just amazing.
Yeah.
It's just amazing.
And we should point out at this point, this movie's called Birdemic, Shock and Terror. And there's been no birds, or barely any birds. There's no shock. And there's no terror. And we're almost 45 minutes in. Yeah.
45, 50 minutes into the movie at this point. Yeah. So then, she's finally going to give it up.
Yeah.
They go to a hotel room.
Yeah.
He owns a house. Why are you going to a hotel? I know she has her own apartment. Why are you going to a hotel room? Why are you going to not a sleazy, but a place where other people have had tons of sex when you have your own bed and your own apartment or your own house?
And on the outside of the building, it was Moonbay's best English pub and inn. So it's both an English pub and an inn. And then so there's a lovemaking scene. Did you notice her feet?
Yeah. Yes! Her feet were filthy. Her feet were filthy. But also, so there's a couple of things. First of all, in this scene on the TV,
we should get this. Yes,
is Tippi Hedren it's not the Birds. It's a different movie.
It's a different movie from the same director.
They're showing a Tippi Hedren.
It's the director's. It's the director's first movie, Julia and Jack. That he conned Tippi Hedren into being the lead in that movie. That's why she gets third billing in this movie.
Third billing. And then they do this. They start making out.
It's so gross.
But they do that loud, gross kissing. It's like kissing on screen is an art, and it's just gross to hear. It's just, ugh. And then we pan down to her dirty feet.
Because montage, that's what you need.
Next we get, so then we finally get the bird attacks.
Yes.
So the next morning, the hotel, and these are just the worst CG birds ever. And they're just surrounding they're just surrounding the hotel. And this is they wake up fully clothed.
Well,
so what happened was
he wakes up fully clothed.
Yeah, he wakes up fully clothed.
He's wearing a muscle shirt and slacks while in bed.
Yeah.
She is still wearing her bra and panties.
And I will say this, I'm just glad that none of the women got naked. Because this movie is bad enough. Yeah. It would be worse if you went down in history being naked in this movie. So I'm glad they didn't get naked.
Yeah.
But then she opens, it's like, what's going on? It's like the birds are attacking. And he's like, well, let's barricade the door or the window. They're slamming against the window. And I'm just thinking, it's just like, the director's like, now be careful because he's renting that room. And he's doing this without the hotel's knowledge.
Oh yeah. And I love that too, like he picks up the landline phone and he goes, damn, he doesn't say anything, so I assume the line is dead. And then he picks up his cell phone and he goes, damn, the battery is dead. So plug it in.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure his charger's in the car.
Yeah, maybe the charger's in the car, sure. Because he has an electric Mustang GT.
Yeah.
A hybrid GT, which isn't, but...
Well, and then she's like, why are they attacking? what's going on? And at this, Rod's like, I don't, it's like, he's been here.
He doesn't know any more than you.
He's been here with you the whole time. It's like he doesn't have any information that you don't have. So.
Yeah. His phone's dead. He can't call the birds to ask.
Yeah. Well, the birds stop for a while, so that they go out and they run next door, and there's this other couple in there. Yes. And they're like, okay, I have a van. Let's make a break for a van. We're going to need weapons. So they grab coat hangers and they run to the van, and it's just, I'm just picturing them. They must look like crazy people because the shot is them just poking up these hangers up into the sky because you got to put the birds in post-production. And the woman, so it's two couples now. Yeah. And the woman can't get the door open. It's like the door is jammed.
Yeah. And it goes on for way too long.
Yeah. Now, they get in the van, and this guy has an assault rifle.
Where did these weapons come from?
In the van. Yeah, so he starts unloading this assault rifle on these birds.
And he has an assault rifle and a pistol with a laser sight.
Now, so they drive away, and I was confused at this point because when you look in the van, the woman is gone. She's not there. So I thought, I actually went back and looked at it. I'm like, did she get killed? And no. So what I'm guessing what happened, because we see her again later. So what I'm guessing what happened was she couldn't be there for those shoots. So they just didn't, just tried to shoot around her and did a terrible job because you can clearly see she's not in the van anywhere. So,
yep, I imagine that's exactly what the problem is.
Well, they're driving and they see these cars on the side of the road, and they're like, "Let's stop and help them." And these people are dead, but they find a boy in the trunk of a car, and they find a little girl under a car. Okay, so you know what? I'm gonna give the little girl props. He's like, "Come on out," and she's like, "I can't. They killed my mommy." I'm like, "Oh, you know what? For a little girl who's not an actress, not bad. She's emoting. She's actually giving something to the performance." So, yeah, she gives more emotion than Rod does through this entire movie in that one little scene where she's scared to come out from under the van.
I'll give you that. Yeah, I'll give you that.
So they all get into the van. They drive to a store. The store is empty, so they stock up on stuff. They stock up on candy and water and sandwiches, and the birds attack again. So the birds attack. So here they are. Birds are attacking, killing people. So the thing you want to do in this situation is have a picnic. So the food they got from the gas station, they sit outside and eat it during a massive bird attack. Yeah. And they're casually eating this food. They're not in a hurry at all.
Is this where they run into the professor?
Yes. There's a guy on the bridge. Let's talk to him.
Stay away. Stay away. I told you to stay away. Oh, no, it's the birds. It's global warming.
Yes. So then he gives a 5-minute speech about global warming. And he's like... They're like, "Come with us." He's like, "No, I'll be okay. I'm a doctor."
And don't the birds kill him anyway?
I don't remember. I don't think so, but I don't remember.
I love this too. They're driving. So they're driving away, and they show the kids in the back seat, and they're playing a PSP.
Before they drive away, the doctor goes,
yes.
And it's like, oh my God, humans are the real monsters. Yeah. I'm like, okay, all right, there we go.
Yeah. Well, but before they drive away, the other girl, not Natalie, but the other girl, stops off to go to the bathroom. Rod turns to her boyfriend and says, "Oh, where's your girlfriend?" He's like, "She's taking a shit. She's taking a shit."
And that's how she dies. She dies taking a shit.
Yeah, she dies taking it because a bird flies in and I guess slices her neck with, I assume,
his
talons. The talons of the beak, I guess. Or maybe the razor sharp wings, maybe? I don't know. It's not like they go close up on these, so.
So then they drive away and they see these people.
Well, hang on, because before we get there, they show the kids in the back seat. And they're passing back and forth a PSP, which is pretty new back then. So, in honor of Mark, I have our sponsor for today's show. This show is brought to you by PSP, Sony PSP. Are you under the age of 12 and need to quickly get over the horrible and vicious killing of your parents by diseased killer birds? Get a PSP. PSP, hell yeah.
Well, then they come.
Bus?
They come across these people in a double decker bus, God. And they're like, "We don't want to come out. We'll be killed by the birds." And so the guy with the machine gun, rifle, whatever, I'm going to go save those people. And he runs into this bus, and he drags these people out who don't want to go.
They don't want to go. He literally forces them off the bus, and as soon as they do, they all get killed.
So he shoots them, and then they get covered with bird goop.
Bird acid? They're the aliens from Alien now.
So apparently, this is never explained, but apparently the bird's blood is acidic?
Yeah.
So...
Game over, man!
They get splashed with bird blood. They start grasping their faces because it's burning, and then the birds come in. So everybody on the bus is dead, and the dude with the machine gun is dead. So,
and here's the thing: I looked up in IMDb: dead tourist, dead tourist, dead tourist, dead tourist. Jessica, Justin, Peyton, Haley, Chase, Kim, and Martha, or not Martha, but everyone else, all Osborne. So they were all the same family.
So then they go to buy gas because they're running low on gas. And there's a gas station attendant at this place, and it's $100 a gallon to buy gas.
Yep.
So they go in, they buy gas, they buy food, they buy water, and
this scene.
He starts pumping the gas. The birds attack.
And get used to that because they go somewhere, the birds attack. They do something, the birds attack.
The birds attack. They drive away. The gas station explodes with some fabulous CGI.
Dive bombing suicide birds.
So, and this happens more than once. These birds will dive bomb into a window or but you get the boom. You get that sound effect.
Brilliant filmmaking.
Brilliant. Well, then they pull over. So they pull over to a forest, and Rod goes, "There's a stream in there. We can get some water." You just bought water. You have water.
Yeah, you just bought 2 gallons. Well, before this, they come across the cowboy.
Yo, that's right.
And the cowboy's like, "Hey, man, I need some gas." He's like, "Sorry, we just spent $100 a gallon on ours." He's like, "Well, that's really expensive." "Yeah, well, that's global warming for you." And then the cowboy pulls out a gun, and I'm like, "Pull out yours. You have a gun."
So here's what happens in that scene. Rod goes, "I have a gallon of gas in the back." So he gets it. The cowboy, starts backing away from his car, and he's backing. Where is he going?
No.
He's not going back to his car. He's backing away to nowhere.
Yeah.
A bird comes in, slices his throat. He dies. The gas and the gun are literally one step away from Rod. And instead of grabbing those and throwing them, he just leaves them there.
He closes the trunk in the van and takes off without grabbing that extra thing of gas.
Which, I mean, and I'm just saying, it is literally right in front of them. He did not,
It infuriating.
It boggles the mind. Then we get to the forest. They start
the forest.
Going through the forest to get water. And then we run into the hippie guy.
Yeah.
The hippie forest guy, wearing what might be the worst wig I've ever seen in my life.
I know.
And so he lives in a tree.
He lives in a photoshopped tree.
Yeah, I live up there. And he says, the birds don't attack me because I live in the forest.
Yeah, it says, did you notice how they're only attacking people in the cities and in cars? I'll be fine here.
Yeah. And so once again, it's another 5-minute speech about global warming.
Yeah. Tree beetles and
the kids want to play. The kids want to play. Can we play in your house? And he's like, sure. Yeah, let's go up in the house of the creepy guy who lives in the forest. Yeah.
Then he goes,
Rod is the voice of reason. He's like, no, it's too dangerous. We got to get out of here.
Well, because first they don't go anywhere because the tree hugger, and he's literally listed in the credits as tree hugger. And he goes, oh no, did you hear that? That's a mountain lion. I better get up in my treehouse. A fucking mountain lion.
A mountain lion.
And then they start walking back to their car. And the forest just ignites on fire.
It spontaneously combusts because of global warming.
For no reason. It just starts burning. Like the forest didn't want to be in this movie so badly. It lit itself on fire.
Well, they get back to the van. The van runs out of gas.
Which wouldn't have happened if you hadn't let that gallon on the side of the road.
Where are they going, though? Where are they going? Why don't you drive back to your house where you have supplies? Drive to her mom's house where she has supplies. Where are they going? Yeah. Where are they driving? And they run out of gas at the beach. Why are you driving to the beach? There's no cover at the beach.
Why are you staying in the out of doors?
Yes, I'm sure at this point it's drive to the city. I'm sure they're setting up shelters.
Yeah.
Because there is no extras in this movie. None. Unless, of course, you see the people driving in the background where there's not supposed to be, because obviously they haven't shut down roads. So when they're supposed to be alone and abandoned, you see cars driving in the background. So the kids are complaining. They want to eat. So Rod finds a fishing pole and a grill. Okay, I'll catch fish. You get seaweed.
Yeah, seaweed.
And
why? Okay. And I love it too. He goes out and he catches a fish.
No. Here's the thing. They walk down to the beach. They show them. Walking down to they show all this. Walking down to the beach. They show her gathering seaweed. They show him fishing. And then he comes back with a fish and he goes, I'm going to go back up to the car and why didn't you?
Thank you. Why did you not bring it with you? That was your entire plan, was to cook the fish that you would catch with the fishing rod. Why didn't you bring it with you? You dummy.
Well, they catch the fish. They cook. They boil the fish. They boil the fish. They make fish stew. Where did they get the water? Well, okay, they got the water. Okay, they did get the water from the stream, but yeah. Okay, so
I went, boiled fish. Who boils fish?
Boiled fish and seaweed.
You have a grill. You just put the fish down.
Yeah. The kids are whining that they want Happy Meals. And then, all of a sudden, the birds leave.
Just fuck off.
Now, here's the thing. How do we know this is forever? Because they've been doing this through the whole movie. Well, they attack and then they leave. They attack and they leave. But apparently this time they leave for good. And we see this shot of them watching the birds leave for 20 minutes. Yeah. And then the credits come up. Yeah.
It's an amazing movie to watch if you've never seen it. You, like Scott says, you'll just be amazed at how inept it is.
Inept, incompetent, the whole schmear.
So I just have a few things on this movie. Lead actress Whitney Moore took over the job of makeup artist after the first two hired makeup artists quit after the first 2 weeks of filming.
This movie took longer than 2 weeks to make?
On the DVD commentary track, Moore said that director James Nguyen did not get film permits to shoot at any locations. Duh. The cast and crew just showed up and filmed and were often asked to leave or got kicked out. Moore said that at one point while filming on the public jogging trail, I assume this is when the forest was on fire, Nguyen started yelling at joggers who were getting into the shot. After Moore told Nguyen not to yell at people who were not associated with the film, he responded by refusing to talk to her for 3 weeks. So he would talk to Rod, and she would have to get his direction from Rod. The music score where Natalie's photo shoot imitates Flock of Seagulls Wishing I Had a Photograph of You. Which is weird. That's a weird 80s callback. And the bulk of craft services, they say, for this movie was provided by 7-Eleven. But as always on this show, we try to find the real story behind the story. Scott?
If you can drive and if you can walk, you can make a movie. That's all you need is a driver's license and a pair of walking shoes. Because that's all this movie is. This could be called Driving and Walking the Movie.
I have two. I have the mashup of the birds and the computer who wore tennis shoes. Because Rod is so robotic.
Yeah.
Okay, you ready for this? Oh, this one's going to hurt. Or is it when the Maltese Falcon, the Mighty Ducks, and the Crow, and the Black Swan begin the March of the Penguins and give you goosebumps, join up with the Flamingo Kid and Batman and Robin to learn how to kill a mockingbird and make duck soup? I thought that last one you'd appreciate.
Oh, yeah. Marx Brothers. Love them.
Yeah. So, that brings that one mercifully to a close. This, I can tell you, is going to be one of my favorite shows of all time. Thank you for joining me on this one.
It was. I enjoyed doing it. All right. But Mark has to suffer somehow besides having the flu. So.
I was going to say, he's going to be very thankful that we did this and he wasn't here for it.
I'm sure he will, yeah.
It was either this or the new Mickey Mouse horror film, but I think I did that to you last time.
Yeah, we already did one of those, so.
Yeah, I wasn't going to put you through Screamboat, so. Well, where can they find you, Scott?
You can find me. Go to my website, scottyblanco.com. That has all my socials on it. Has my podcast, my links to my podcast that you want to check out, and my tour dates that are coming up. So, scottyblanco.com.
Perfect. Well, that's it for today. I'm Derek.
And I'm Scott, who came in at the last minute to do this. So...
Join us next time when we'll take a look at the video game adaptation where colorful, costumed characters compete in a rugged street-level tournament to stay awake the longest in Sleep Fighter.